all these players are eager. There's no doubt. Jazz Nation, all of NBA fans excited to see Hoop back safely. And let's hope it continues that way. So here we go, scrimmage number one.
Game, really. I mean, we know all the players and what they can do. It's just a matter of, are they going to bring it early? See Donovan with a nice jump shot. Seamless. Looks like he never left the game.
Stroke by Donovan. Averaged 24.2 points a game before the shutdown. And see how he continues his game. He was, of course, asymptomatic. Early 3-2 lead as Donovan works that screen with Gobert. Very patient, up and in. 5 quick points for Donovan.
That's really good to see. Not trying to rush or force anything. Still makes it look easy, Bowler.
Yeah, sure does. Donovan in that paint. And Devin Booker shoots it up and over. 5-4 Utah early. They're playing at the HP Fieldhouse. There's 3 gyms in Orlando. Rudy with a nice hammer. Defensive Saric. Here comes Booker. Slices, dices inside, throws it back out. Little 10-foot, 12-foot jumper.
Bowler, I think to some of the players it will be an advantage coming back. I mean, maybe they didn't end as Booker knocks down that little floater there.
And for Bojan Bogdanovic, recovering off that wrist surgery, Utah turns it over. Running are the Suns, and there's a bucket and one.
I think on that.
Yeah, it was Mikal Bridges with the hold on Gobert. So the 3 by Joe. Nice look off, lay it home.
The other with a mishandle. Now he fakes it, Joe does, and gets a nice easy 2.
High floater over the top of Gobert. And so far, T, I see the Jazz a little tight, down 17-9. 19-11, Jazz started hot, 3 of their first 4 shots, and they've cooled. That's a long deuce by Booker.
Know about his coaching, and he was respected by every player, but you get him off the court. He's one of the most kind men you would ever come across. And yes, he was hard-nosed on the court.
You know, KK, to your point, the last 13 games before the shutdown for COVID, Conley was averaging nearly 17 a night and 44% from 3.
Going to have an opportunity to kind of settle in with the Jazz as well.
Yeah, more minutes should come his way. George Niang, 3 ball, 22-6.
Yeah, they knock you down, but you get up real quick because you realize this is a scrimmage game, right? And it's just kind of a work in progress to get back.
Clarkson's going to get more touches. Joe should get downtown shots or looks, T.
Well, he should. The chemistry, it's moving the basketball. I might be open, but I've got one more pass because this guy's more open than I am. Is Jordan Clarkson doing what he does best, getting in that paint.
About filling the shoes of Bogey. And you look at Jordan Clarkson, and the comment was about the fact that he had no preseason here, not many practices here.
Carter pops about a 15-foot jumper from the free throw line. Quinn said tonight, too, that he wanted this team just to go out and play.
Yes.
And Thurl, I think what that means is, you know, sure, focus on defense, but I think it's that comfort factor.
It's about getting comfortable again, playing against opponents other than your teammates.
Kaminsky gives it up for a 3, and that shot is drilled down by Cameron Johnson. So a quick 4 off the bench. Donovan, the only Jazz man with double digits and back-to-back.
No, or Damian Lillard that takes the bulk of the threes, that have to take the bulk of the threes. They spread the wealth.
Joe, beautiful drive with the left hand.
Of an importance to the Jazz team as getting opportunities to take the shots. The shots are going to fall, and that's what these scrimmage games are for, right? They kept it close with the defense, and then in the second half is when they kind of poured it on. And you don't like to see that. Donovan with the ball in his hands.
You got Joe parked in the corner. They go out to Clarkson, toes up a 3. Looks good is.
Picture perfect. Picture perfect play right there.
So the Jazz knock home a 3. Clarkson with his second 3 ball. 9-point game. Baseline J. Tough shot. Knocked down by Jerome. And the horn sounds a 50-point half. The Jazz starting big here. They've got Bradley along with Gobert. Here's Joe on a roll to the rim and put it down. Joe Ingles with his second left-hand layup.
Add that to the Jazz points in the paint. Nice way to start the second half.
So they start Bradley over Royce O'Neal. Royce did not take a shot. Jazz pick up the turnover. Nice pass. Donovan to Conley. Mike had 4 points. Drives inside, lays it home with the left hand. 6 boards in 16 minutes for Rudy.
Well, let's see if the Jazz are really focused on getting Rudy a little bit more involved. But you have to take what you get. Pick up Mike Conley the way they should have in fear of Rudy. Mike got an easy shot.
Inside foul on a drive. Phoenix ball. How about the big man? Ayton fires up the 3.
And I heard that yell, which means he doesn't do that very often.
11 for Ayton. Donovan right back and knocks down about a 17-footer.
But we talked about players who have taken advantage of the layoff, and maybe Ayton's been working on his three-point shot.
Tough roll inside, bucket counted, and a foul.
And if Gobert and Bradley can play defense together, I think offensively they can crash the boards, but the spacing gets really tight with both of those on the court. They're both kind of rim.
Those new lineups to see whether, again, like Matt said, if they'll work.
Rudy, runner, paint, scores it. Or at least maybe find a little more involvement with the offense.
Well, he has to do it within rhythm of what the Jazz do. Mike Conley hit a nice little jump shot there. Shot he's comfortable with, and I think he usually makes good decisions. Doesn't get a lot of turnovers, but this is what he's good at right here, at getting down and making plays.
Beautiful pass. Rudy finds Bradley, the 2 bigs, plexiglass. But it's just another part of the way the NBA has made this happen in Orlando. Clarkson, corner 3.
And the Jazz look like they're beginning to find it.
Well, there's more hustle in this third quarter. I think you'll agree. Tony Bradley tried to block that Ayton shot, but it bounces home. You know, Emmanuel's a guy that kind of lost the ability to get on the floor. It's good to see him back.
Royce O'Neal had an advantage. He saw a great opportunity and took it strong to the basket. But you're right. A guy like Moutier is another guy I think will benefit.
Yeah, Moutier, by the way, has played in just 7 of the last 20 games. Tough shot, counted. I tell you, his mid-range game is top-notch.
That's right.
Jazz trail by 14. They're back to within 5. Make it 7 on that drive off the glass. And the horn sounds, 3 quarters in the books in Orlando. And here it is, the 23rd. Right now, T, this would be one long road trip.
It would be. Yeah, it would, having to be in one place for a long time. But the NBA has just done a great job of surrounding these guys. It's Jordan.
That's a tough one to catch. He's got it. Moutier drives inside and finishes for 2.
He is so good at that.
Aoni wearing 81 on his jersey. There's George, deep 3. Got it. You know, Thurl just kind of looked at me with a note and said maybe it's getting to be close to your bedtime in Atlanta. Hey, before we cut you loose in the final 6 minutes here, before Brooklyn and then a couple of days off before these 8 seeding games.
Yeah, so first I think we're all happy that basketball is just on the court again.
Barrel inside. He's got a great frame at 6'5", 240. And, Matty, we will dial you up once again on Saturday night.
You know, they led by example. They came in ready, in shape, in the best shape of anybody on the team, and they really led by example in doing that. And
I know you probably know this, but we came to town the same year together, which tells you a long time ago. But the story goes...
Yeah, Donovan was so solid. And make no mistake about it, Coach Quinn Snyder is really looking at this lineup at the little things.
Ooh, impressive. You know what? That was a little nasty.
It was nasty.
Again, the strength of Jarrell Brantley at 240. College of Charleston prior to the playoffs. And those games, as I mentioned, start on July 30th. So the horn sounds, 101-88 the final.